Hello everyone, my name is Jason Holden-Jones and I'll be flying solo this evening in the Comentator booth. But it is round 2 of the South African simGT challenge split at Monza. And we've got 15 cars, I think 16 cars lined up on the grid for this evening's race. And we're around 30 seconds away from the start of the formation lap. Apologies for the technical difficulties earlier on in the YouTube live stream. But hopefully we've got those all ironed out. Now we can enjoy this evening's racing. 30 seconds. Starting from pole position, we have Chris Langeveld nabbing pole position. At the end there, Kyle Swanepoel will start from second position in the KDS BMW. Lorenzo Lagauge will start from third position. Mark Megier from fourth in the Nissan GTR for M2 Racing. Hugo de Wit in fifth in the first of the Audis. We saw the Audis dominating the series split round on Monday evening. But this time the first Audi starting from 5th position, Shiraz Dada from 6th position, Osman Fili from 7th, Ryan Hill from 8th position, Wesley Delport from 9th, Quinton Haar from 10th position for Synergy Racing, Clifton Bridge from 11th, Scott Krieger from 12th, Gregor Yoseba start from 13th position, Brandon Landy in the Sol McLaren in the championship will start from 14th, and Merlin Haroff will start her Audi from 15th position. We in fact had Shan Loubser disappear from the server, unfortunately, so I think we might have already have had our first retirement. Let's just see if he can get back on the server. Chris Langeveld leading the Bunchville down the back straight for the last time before the start of this race. 2 BMWs in the front after Shan Loubser's retirement, unfortunately. And then we've got the first of the Nissan GTRs, Lorenzo. But it's go here at Monza for the second time this week, and Chris Langeveld has got a good start. He opens up the gap back to second place man Lorenzo Lagauge and Mark Megier. 2 Nissans in second and third position and another one in fifth. That is Shiraz Dada, the white Nissan. Down the course we go to turn 1. Chris Langeveld looking comfortable in first. Hugo de Wit in fourth position, navigates turn 1 safely. Shiraz Dada coming up in fifth position. Kyle Swanepoel down to 6th. We've got some action in the background. Got Clifton Bridge. There's a bit of contact there. I'm not quite sure who's caused that. Now we're watching Brandon Landy in the McLaren, chasing down Ryan Hill in the Echo Racing BMW. Front it is Chris Langeveld continues to lead the way. Let's see if the Nissan GTR can use a superior grunt down the straights to catch up to that BMW leading the way. for Team Redline Racing. Langevaart's teammate Peter Holden-Jones having bad luck on Monday evening in the top split, suffering a disconnect and falling back. But Chris Langevaart looking to take control of the race and possibly take victory of this challenge split race at Monza. Hugo de Wit now putting on the pace in 4th position, chasing down Mark Megier. Got Shiraz Dada followed by Carl Swanepoel. We're going to go on board with Carl. See Shiraz Dada missing his braking marker and he's gone on a turn 1. This might offer Carl Swanepoel an opportunity to get past him. All these drivers, of course, fighting for a top 3 result, which automatically qualifies them for the next top split of the South African simGT series. That race happening at Road Atlanta in 2 weeks' time. But Carl Swanepoel not able to go into terms with Shiraz Dada for the moment. Some action 2nd position as Mark Megier is trying to chase down Lorenzo Lagorge. But here comes Hugo de Wit. That Audi that I already mentioned. Have a look at compare the Audi R8 against the Nissan GTR down the straights. Don't think the Audi can run with the Nissan. The Nissan should catch up with it under braking through the corners. But that M2 Racing Nissan looking strong at the moment as Hugo de Wit breaks himself. He will lose ground to Megier and possibly come under attack from Shiraz Dada. Though Shiraz Dada is quite a way back, unfortunately, for him. But yeah, the field is beginning to spread out now at this early stage already. Carl Swanepoel on 6th, Quinton Harv up to 7th in the black R8 for simGT Racing. Langevaart looking well and truly in command of this race now. About a 3-second lead back to Lorenzo Lagorge. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing your surname, Lorenzo. If I am, please let me know how to say it properly. Good evening to everybody in the YouTube chat. Yeah, Matthew, I think yeah, he might have had a disconnect. He disappeared off the starting grid before the formation lap started. So odd one there for Shane Loebscher and against All Odds Racing. But it is BMW leading the way from Nissan. And Hugo de Witt for the back and forth position. And we've got this fight between Shiraz Dada and Karl Swanepoel. Shiraz Dada getting a little crossed up. This might offer Swanepoel an opportunity. Is he close enough to go on board with Karl? Karl now with a good run on Shiraz. The final corner guy is going to cut inside him, surely. Yeah, he's got him, surely. Karl Swanepoel up into 5th position. And Shiraz Dada making it easy for him. Shiraz Dada unfortunately is also disconnected from the server, so our second retirement already. Not even 7 laps completed yet. But Lorenzo keeping pace with Chris at the moment at the front. That gap stabilizing at 2 seconds. But of course Lorenzo's on the soft tyre. Chris Langefeld's on the mediums. So Lorenzo's trying to extract as much pace out of the softs as possible while they're last, of course. Guys, we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to try and sort out this lagginess in the stream. Just hang on there and then we'll get going again. Okay, that should help with the lagginess, I hope. Let's give it some time to stabilize. Miguel has fallen off the pace somewhat, is now 6 seconds behind Lorenzo. We've got somebody in the pits. I think that's Shiraz rejoining after his disconnect. Great stuff to see him back in action after his unfortunate mishap. But he rejoined down in 14th position, but I think Willie is in 14th position. And unfortunately a lap and a half down from our leader, from Ryan Hill in 13th. Still leading Merlin Harhoff. This is the battle for 6th position between Quinton Horoff and Gregor. It's Porsche versus Audi. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Quinton's just put a move on Gregor. He moves up into 6th position. I do apologize for the technical issues at the start of the stream, everyone. Trying to sort out, trying to get more clarity in the stream, but unfortunately, whatever settings we try to use, it seems to make the stream worse. So, if there are any OBS experts out there, please let me know what I should be doing. Coming up with the battle for 8th position. This is heading up between Osman Fali and Wesley Delport. So it's BMW versus BMW. Osman leads Wesley. Wesley using a lot of the curb to that last corner and settling the car. I've been doing the same on the following corner. Fortunately for us, the field's pretty much spread out. Not much action happening. This is about the closest battle at the moment, so we'll hang with Wesley for a while. He's going to run on Gregor. Gregor's made an error in that last corner and you slip past. Suddenly we have a three-way battle for 7th. Power of the Porsche showing there, running up with the BMWs into turn 1. Gregor's going to have Wesley for turn 1. He's got him. Almost had 2 BMWs into one corner. A great recovery there by Gregor. Now he's going to go after Osman. Here comes the BMW of Delport. Running side by side with Gregor. Gregor goes a bit deeper, he's going to run wide. Wesley's going to try and get into the slipstream of the Porsche. going to be late on the brakes. Oh, it is Gregor. Can he get the thing stopped though? Yes, he can. Greb, he does just that. Pulls a gap on Wesley. Now goes after Osman, and then we've got Clifton Bridge joining the party in the Synergy Racing Audi R8, the number 78 car. Coming up to the Audi of Merlin Haroff. They're about to put a lap on her. Oh, there's contact. Oh, that's unfortunate. And I think it was Osman who collected Merlin and has put him back. Unfortunately, he's lost 2 positions. This heavily damaged Clifton Bridge. He will, I think he'll try and get back to the pits if he can. Ryan Hill up into 11th. Here's Merlin in the Synergy Racing R8. Took quite a heavy impact at the back there. The other drivers just caught out while trying to lap her. And this battle continues. Still a 3-way fight. Unfortunately, the person that took the most of the brunt, the Clifton Bridge, unfortunately in the pits now, I think to repair that damage. Look at our leader, Christopher Langerfeld. We've got Lorenzo still right there with him, making those soft tires work for him. We saw a number of different strategies happening on Monday night in the top split, which saw race leader or race winner Gabriel start on the medium tire and go quite long into the race, about more than 2/3 of the race before he changed to the soft tire from the mediums. But Lorenzo's decided he's going to start the race in the softs. It'll be interesting to see when he comes and does his pit stop if he'll carry on with the softs or change to the mediums. But at the moment, the strategy is working for Lorenzo. No, Chris... Thanks, Brent. I just realized my microphone was on mute. But anyway, we're back. I don't know how long for, but anyway. So yeah, we got a new race leader, Lorenzo leading the way ahead of Chris Langeveld. And if I had my microphone unmuted, you would have heard my commentary on it, but there we go, that's how it goes sometimes. Yeah, it is funny now, I suppose. So yeah, you can have an absolute beauty of a stream on Monday night, and then on Wednesday night it doesn't go so well. So you take the bad with the good, as they say, huh? But Chris Langeveld looking to come back, Lorenzo here. It's perhaps a bit too aggressive into that last corner. So we're 16 laps down of 50. It is a 90-minute race, so an element of endurance involved here. Langeveld now much better on the brakes. Close that gap to the Nissan. Langeveld again running wide, losing time. But it's 1.1 seconds down in his best delta time. He possibly may not know that Lorenzo's on the soft tire. You got a bit into the pit lane, so is Shirazda Da. So they're possibly two stopping, but I'm not sure why. I see Shirazda is in fact disconnected from the server. So it's another retirement this evening. Good drive by Langeveld out of the last corner. We've got to catch up to Lorenzo again. Trying to put pressure on. Lorenzo has made a mistake. The Nissan has made a mistake. Through goes Chris Langeveld back into the lead of this race. It's a fantastic scrap for the lead. Mark Miguel in third position. So Mark Miguel's on the mediums, and of course Reyes of the Lorenzo's on the softs. So Mark Miguel doing very well if you compare the two cars on the much harder compound. Carl Swanepoel up into fourth position for KDS Motorsport. And we got Scott Kruger down in 11th position. So they really put a lap on him. Quentin Harroff up to 5th position. Brandon Landy in 12th in the McLaren. Oh! And Scott Krieger is recovering to the track, unfortunately, and it's tagged. Brandon Landy in the process. Quentin Harroff also involved. Gregor in 6th position. Wesley Delport in 7th. Ryan Hill in 8th. And Osman Philly in 9th position. And this is the battle. Well, actually these two cars are a lap apart. Hugo Divitt in 10th position. Clifton Bridge in 13th after Clifton's incident in the last 2 laps or so. Lorenzo starting now to fall away from Chris Langerfeld. So I do expect the soft tyre starting to give up now in the Nissan. So around 21 laps with them, almost halfway. But interesting that Lorenzo still ahead, far ahead of Mark McGear. Mark McGear on the medium tyre. So perhaps the soft tyre is the right tyre for the Nissan. Oh, we got someone off. That is Wesley Dalport. Unfortunately, Brandon Land is a lap down on Dalport, so they're not racing for position. It's the Brands Racing McLaren, the only McLaren in the championship, unfortunately. Ryan Hill in 8th position. He's starting to challenge Dalport for 7th. So Ryan Hill having a strong run this evening. He's got about 5 seconds to make up on Dalport. Lorenzo now down 4 seconds behind Langerfeld. So obviously Lorenzo trying to stretch the softs to the middle of the race. We'll probably put on other softs and maybe you'll be able to undercut Langerfeld somewhat. Mark Miguel's last lap time with a 51.632. Lorenzo's was a 52.2, so the mediums now the quicker tire to be on. I think the softs are falling away quite a bit at the moment. Lorenzo did a 51.1 that last lap, and Mark Miguel will do a 51.7. Okay, so it swung the other way. Perhaps Lorenzo made a mistake in that last corner, but yeah, obviously it looks like the softs are working better for the Nissan here. Who would have thought in such a big, heavy looking type of car? But there we go. Langefeld actually bettering his delta time by just 2/100ths of a second for the moment. So perhaps Langefeld getting into a nice rhythm now. Getting to grips with the BMW finally. At the halfway stage of this race, and as I said, it just goes wide. Just one lap away from the halfway stage of this race. Lorenzo does not come in. Mark Miguel. This is going to stay out, I think. Langefeld's putting a lap on this Audi as well. It's just past the last one. That was Clifton Bridge. He'll be looking to safely get past the next one. So Audi drifts across the track, but Langefeld is ahead. So Langefeld's safety through. He's got a couple of cars between himself and second place man. And Lorenzo's in fact dropped down 25. I think he's done a pit stop, has Lorenzo. Mark McGabbett into second. Lorenzo back onto the soft tyre, or continues with the soft tyre as he did in his first stint. And he'll be trying to bang in the laps as quickly as possible now and try and close that gap to Langefeld before he does his pit stop. And try and perform the classic undercut if he can. So Chris Langefeld had a slow last lap, but of course that was getting past the back markers. He did a 52.2, so Lorenzo would have gained somewhat. And Langefeld will come through to do a 51.6. Lorenzo not exactly flying, he's half a second down in his best after time. So at the moment Chris Langefeld's got the upper hand, well and truly. It is a 51.1. 4/10 quicker than Chris on that last lap. Langefeld will do on this lap a 51, almost a 51 flat. Lorenzo doing similar lap times. Of course, on those fresher soft tires, of course, Chris still has to do his pit stop. Lorenzo will come through to do a 51.2, so 2 tenths down on Chris. So far it is, I would say, Chris, Lorenzo and Mark on the way to a top 3 result, and therefore automatic entry into the next South African simGT series, our top split round at Road Atlanta. Carl Swanepoel not quite on the pace, same pace as Chris and Lorenzo. Not at the moment challenging for that 3rd position. Got Gregor in the pit lane in the Porsche, the Genox Porsche. He will leave the pit lane no problem. Mark Gert splits them down the main straight in the purple Nissan GTR, puts a lap on Brandon Landy in the process. Carl Swanepoel now into the pit lane. Lorenzo up into 3rd position. Carl Swanepoel will join in 4th. Porsche ahead of him is a lap down, Scott Kruger. Quinton Horoff is right there in 5th, so there is a battle developing for 4th position between the KDS Motorsport BMW and the Synergy Racing Audi R8. Wesley Delport now to the pits from 5th position, 6th position. He'll lose that position to Osman Feli. So Chris Langevoort doing 50.5s. Lorenzo is doing 51.1s. I was never great at maths, but that tells me that Chris Langevoort's got a decent lead on Lorenzo for the moment, unless something goes wrong in Chris Langevoort's pit stop, of course. Still needs to do a pit stop. And Chris Langevoort keeps on bettering his delta time throughout the stint. 31 laps down on the same tyres. For those that say that he's gone 2 tenths down in his delta time. Quinton Horoff now into the pit lane. So he was not fighting Carl Swanepoel for position because Carl already did his pit stop. And Quinton has only come in now. Osman Felice should be close to Quinton when he comes out. Yeah, Osman Feli passes Quinton Horoff for 5th position. And the way the delta time is coming down for Chris Langerfeld, it's almost as if he's filled up for the race from the start. And now the car is becoming lighter and lighter as he goes. We saw a similar strategy, or same strategy I think it was, by Tim Smith in the top split on Monday evening. And perhaps Chris Langerfeld has decided to do the same thing as what Tim did. And as the car is getting lighter, using up all that fuel, the car is getting quicker and quicker. He's able to extend the gap ahead of Lorenzo. Chris Langerfeld start lap 33 or 50. Well and truly in command of this race now. Still needs to do the pit stop, of course. Mark McGinn with a 30-second lead, or yeah, about 25 second lead ahead of Lorenzo. And Mark McGinn lapping in the 51, yeah, mid to high 51s. And Lorenzo lapping quite a bit quicker than that, so I think Lorenzo's got the edge on Mark McGinn for now. Mark Miguel is into the pit lane. Should allow Lorenzo to slip back past into second. And Lorenzo back into second. Suddenly, Carl Swanepoel's right with Mark McGeer. So Carl Swanepoel making his strategy work for him. Is on the soft tire as well now. So that's interesting move by Carl. I said he's just had a mistake. But suddenly that gap shrunk to just 4 seconds. And Mark McGear is also on the soft tyre now. So changing sort of tyres there for Mark McGear. Carl Swanepoel's also swapped to the soft tyre. And we're in our race leaders into the pits too. Chris Langeveld. Here he comes. About a 40-second lead ahead of Lorenzo. He seems to be changing tyres and possibly taking on fuel as well. And off goes Chris Langeveld. He will comfortably rejoin in front of Lorenzo. Mark McGear under pressure for their top 3 position, their top 3 result. That earns the drivers automatic qualification into the top splits for round 3 at Road Atlanta. Osman Felina into the pits from 7th. And Langeveld's lead has extended to just, I think, under 8 seconds. So net gain there for Langeveld in the pit stop phase. A net gain about 4 seconds, I would say. But now the 4 front runners now all on the soft tyre. Only Quinton Haroff is on the medium, so is Hugo de Wit. Next 5 cars and softs, and then we have a medium runner and then a soft tyre runner. Swanepoel clears Landy without a problem. And Carl will come through to do a 56.6 again. He's a 10th quicker again than Mark McGear. So Swanepoel looking to put the pressure on McGear. And McGear was a solid, wow, we are 0.8 of a second quicker than Lorenzo that last lap. Perhaps it had something to do with him putting a lap on Osman Fali. But certainly Lorenzo lost a chunk of time that last lap. McGear will come through to do a 50.273. That's quite a good lap by Mark McGear. Swanepoel's done a 50.479. So McGear's pulled out 2/10. So McGear responding nicely to Swanepoel's challenge. Langerfeld's just totally checked out and says cheers guys, and to a tune of 15-second lead now. Mark McGear taking a solid 2-second chunk of time out of Lorenzo. I think Lorenzo battled with traffic that last lap. We'll get someone off there. There's Scott Kruger rejoining. We'll be having blue flags waved at him to let Carl Swanepoel past. Which he does. It's not making it easy for Carl. He does yield. Through goes Swanepoel. Lorenzo did a 51 flat the last lap, and Mark McGear does a 50.6. The gap's certainly ebbing and flowing as the race develops. Just 9 laps remaining though. Carl's got that lap down to McGear, down to about 3.5 seconds now. 10th quicker than McGear that last lap. Chris Langepower turning out some fantastic lap times at the moment. About a 48.7 that a couple of laps ago. I think it's just about a second off what was the pole time for the top split on Monday evening. Carl Swanepoel's catching Mark Miguel all the time, took 4 tenths out of them their last lap. Now you can see them two together in the same shot. So Swanepoel pushing hard in the KDS Motorsport BMW. He wants that 3rd position if he can get it. He's got 8 laps remaining. I think he's going to need McGear to make a couple of mistakes for that to happen for him. But of course it's one thing to catch up to somebody. It's another thing to pass them. Mark McGear's done a third point to come through, a 50.954. And Swanepoel is doing a 50.6, another 3 tenths out of him. So I think the race is on for 3rd position. Big moment there for Swanepoel. Runs very wide. Would have lost a bit of time there to McGear. Let's see what McGear has produced this time around. .239. So Swanepoel did a 50.69, which is lost 4/10. But in the meantime, we've got quite a fight going on for 5th position. Let's go and see what's happening there. This is between Quinten Harhoff and Hugo de Wit. This is 4th position. On board with de Wit now. Oh, de Wit's run wide. Oh, is it just caught it, kept it under the wall. That dropped away from Quinten Harhoff, who maintains that 5th position. De Wit will have another go at Harhoff. He's closing in him down the main straight on lap 45 or 50. Oh, De Wit's much later on the brakes than Harhoff there. Better drive off the corner from Harhoff. De Wit very late on the brakes, is going for it. On the upside of it, wisely so. Let's Harhoff back past. Swanepoel now starting to close the gap to McGear again. It dropped back down to 4 seconds now. It's sort of 3.8, 3.7. Here comes De Wit, having another go at Harhoff. Comes De Wit. Oh, it's like avoiding action there. Harhoff goes defensive. Here goes De Wit around the outside. Oh, there's going to be contact again. Okay, so Harhoff stays ahead. I don't know who's done it, but he's done it. They touched about 3 times. Quite a bit of damage to both cars, I would imagine. But just 4 laps remaining for De Wit to find their pass. De Wit's got a much better run through those last couple of corners, but not able to do anything about Harhoff for now. Mark McGear has dropped down to 4th position off camera. What has happened there? But yes, Swanepoel's through. All I can imagine is that Mark McGear has made an error. Perhaps those soft tyres giving up, or they did make his first stint run much longer. Carl Swanepoel is now to 3rd position. He's got that all-important simGT Series qualifier result that he hasn't got it yet, but he's on the way to it. Let's see if Mark McGeer can do anything about it with 3 laps remaining. The vet's up the inside of Haroff. He's got him. It's under braking for turn 1. De Wit has made that pass happen. But here comes Haroff. He's not quite done yet. Haroff very late in the brakes. He's going to try going on the outside. De Wit's going to push him wide. And Haroff is he's going to wait for him. Good man. Did cut the corner somewhat there. These 2 Audis have got Lorenzo about to put a lap on them. Dalport in 7th position. Swanepoel's got some traffic in the form of Osman Feli. Swanepoel's actually got quite a bit of traffic ahead of him. This might play into the hands of Mark McGeer. The fight for 8th position between Gregor and Ryan Hill. Osman Feli in 10th. Those 3 cars quite close together towards the end. Carl Swanepoel's not put a lap on Osman Feli just yet. Mark McGeer's catching Swanepoel pretty quickly here. The area there by Swanepoel. Still not over for this top 3 finish. Oh, a big area for Osman. Swanepoel's had to take avoiding action. This has allowed Mark McGeer to close right up to Swanepoel. We're going to go on board with McGeer. Not quite close enough to put a move on or anything. But just a lap and a half remaining of this race. This is the fight for 6th between Quinton Haroff and Wesley Dalport. Dalport's going to slip around the inside. Yes, he's got him. Dalport up into 6th position. Obviously, Chris Langeveld has started the final lap of the race. There's still a lap and a half remaining for these two guys though, and Swanepoel's in traffic again. He's got Ryan Hill ahead of him. Mark McGee will be looking to use the grunt of the Nissan to catch right up to the rear bumper of Carl Swanepoel's BMW if you can. And challenging for that third position, the gap's down to just a second. It is just one corner remaining for Chris Langeveld to take victory here at Monza. Round 2 of the South African simGT Challenge split. And Langeveld with a dominant victory by more than 40 seconds ahead of Lorenzo. Congratulations to Chris Langeveld, great victory for him. Lorenzo will get a solid second position in the first of the Nissans. This is the fight we want to see. Carl Swanepoel defending from Mark McGee for that all-important third position is going to get held up here. Surely this will allow Mark McGee to get a good run on Carl Swanepoel. Swanepoel's had to go on the grass to take avoiding action, get past that Porsche. And there's Gregor in the Porsche. Look at the power of that Porsche. It pulls alongside the BMW, no problem. And Gregor's getting involved here. Mark McGee up the inside of the Porsche. He's going to have drag race the BMW to the line. Who's it going to be? It is Carl Swanepoel, but not a lot of time to get that third position. Fourth is Mark McGee. Wesley Duppelt will get fifth position. That was very close. So our top three are Chris Langeveld, Lorenzo Lagorge, and Carl Swanepoel. Mark McGee gets fourth position. Congratulations to those guys. And a bit of carnage here. They lost on the main straight here. We have to have a look at the replay to understand what happened there. But yeah, that concludes round 2 of the South African simGT Challenge split at Monza. From me, Jason Holden-Jones, thank you very much for joining me. And join me again on Monday evening for the South African Sim M2 Series race, the qualifier for the next GT Series round. Well, until then, goodbye for now.